Chalmers will press Rose, see if he fouls him. Here he goes. But there's a problem. You get the bang in the bucket, that's bad. If you're going to foul him, you got the foul to give. Do it out there.
Well, if you have never seen this young guy play, I mean, when he blows by you, right, you need the rotation to give your team a break. But he plays the glass, and he also has the floater if he's facing the basket. He just has a beautiful touch once he gets inside of 8 feet of the basket, and you can rotate 7-footers. It doesn't make a bit of difference. He's going to get the shot off.
What I loved about the shot from the camera above the backboard, as he was going, you could see how far behind the backboard he was as he released it. It's such a great game, as you said, finishing like that.
Well, he's put in the time, Mike. You know, as we brought out the other evening, you made a lot of great points about, you know, when you say you can take 1,000 shots a day, that's not, or you come with Corbin. You need guys who can put the ball in the basket.
3 on 2, Rose. Come on! He beat Dwayne. James is there for the chase down, and in that one sliver of space where the ball was there, he put it. Timeout Miami.
That's that burst. That's that extra level that he goes to. Just watch as he explodes here. He gets the contact. How about the finish as he plays with his left hand off the glass? Beautifully, beautiful.
Hello world, it's me, Hot Sizzle. Welcome to the YouTube channel of the No Hype Spin Free Zone. I'm gonna tell you nothing but the truth. Truth must be heard even though it hurts. Anyway, first and foremost, I want to give a shout out to a couple YouTubers that I watch. Bruce Blitz, shout out to you. Great information on the NBA and all sports. Event Status, shout out to you. That's my homeboy. He gives great insight on video games, art, animation, as well as sports. Shout out to Chris Smooth, NBA 2K11 commentary as long as Black Ops. Shout out to Apex, reviews, Madden, and sports video games. Shout out to Versus, reviews, science, sports, video games, such and such. And Jerry's NBA Talk TV, self-explanatory. That man is well known as well. He reviews NBA. So get us straight into it. Wow, shout out to the Portland Blazers. Tonight they just spanked Miami. Miami's looking really soft. And before I even go in-depth details about Miami, I just want to say this team is overrated. First and foremost, the team is overrated. Miami Heat is overrated. A lot of people doubting that the flaws of this team is the point guard and center. It's really not, people. Take a look. Just take a look. You know what the real problem is? It's Chris Bosh, aka the Predator. He is horrible. Rondo made an early statement this year and just dunked on him easily. If you guys will remember that, go check the Celtics versus Miami game. The inside presence, yeah, on offense you can make the statement that the Miami Heat have no inside presence. Yeah, you can make that statement. But on defense, which is what these guys are supposed to be good for as well, they have no down low presence as well. And Chris Bosh, to be honest, doesn't play defense at all. Chris Bosh Spice, I should say, Bosh Spice, because he acts like a fruitcake from time to time. I think he plays horrible defense. He doesn't contest no down low shots. He loses his man. He's never consistent on offense anymore. He is so overrated. Get him out of here. He doesn't even grab boards. What do you do? Get off the team, please. Trade him. I suggest Miami Heat look next year. Get some role players with him. Get some big men. Trade Chris Bosh to Dallas. I guarantee you, like, Mark Cuban will jump on it because, you know, he loves offense. So, get Tyson Chandler. You get some more big men. Mike Miller. That's the second person I want to talk about. He is so fucking overrated. Oh my god. When Miami, I'm talking to Miami Heat fans and LeBron fans, etc., Dwade fans. When Miami Heat's got Mike Miller, I got a whole bunch of text messages like, oh, Miami Heat is going to be shit now. Right. Mike Miller has not been talked about in the NBA for the past 5-6 years since he left Orlando. So why would he be talked about now? Give me a fucking break. He is overrated. And what does he do when he come back? He stinks up the court. He's garbage. The Miami Heat are so stupid. Matter of fact, the coaches, from time to time, I give Coach Spo his credit when credit is due, but sometimes he's playing the all-stars at the wrong time. Like Mike Miller, he's not an all-star, but you know what I mean. Like, he's the guy you pay big money for, so you're paying for him. But you have a better fucking shooter than Mike Miller. Anybody who refutes that information is stupid. Mike Miller is not the best shooter on that team. It's James Jones. The man just clearly beat Ray Allen and Paul Pierce in the three-point shootout.
First of all, coming into this competition, you're saddled up and going head-to-head against two of the greatest shooters in the Celtics history. How much pressure was that coming into this?
I mean, really, for me, there was no pressure. You know, I was the first shooter. And for me, I'm sure everyone knows that about 95% of my shots are threes. So it's something I'm very comfortable with, but I'm just glad that I was able to compete with some of the best shooters in this game.
You said there was no pressure, but just talk about the timing and the rhythm that you were able to get into in the finals.
I mean, well, I don't elevate a lot on my shot. And so it was easy for me. I found myself after the first rack or after the first round, I had a lot more time than I thought. So I tried to slow it down in the second round, follow through a little bit, and I made some money balls.
All right, congratulations.
Thanks a lot.
Why aren't you playing him? Makes no sense, Coach Bro. And the next thing I want to go into, I finally see D-Wade go off. Even though they came up short, this shows why D-Wade is a better closer than LeBron James. I don't care what nobody says. D-Wade is a better closer than LeBron James. He has a competitive fight and he's consistent in the end of the fourth quarter or the last minutes. Even from the start to the finish, he's consistent. LeBron is not. Forget all that productivity numbers with 26, 7, and 7, all that other garbageness. It doesn't matter. It's when you make the points. Now, how you start is how you finish. Right or wrong, people? Exactly. Here's a stat, though, for all you LeBron fanboys and Miami Heat fanboys. That's the only person I will respect, D-Wade. Even though that whole team is kind of overrated, I mostly respect D-Wade because skillfully, he's the best on that team. Skillfully. Athletically and bestial, I have to give it to LeBron James. LeBron is the most athletic basketball player in the NBA. But not skillfully. There's two differences, people. There's a difference. Now, before I bring you this stat, anybody who says LeBron James is skillfully better than Kobe Bryant is a freaking fool. Skillfully. This is why stats doesn't always work when you're comparing players. It does not work at all. Why? Because skillfully, LeBron lacks a lot of skills. He's a subpar player with an athletic body. Think about it. You ever seen the movie Space Jam? And you had them three midgets, but then when they took Larry Johnson's athletic abilities and what was it? Ooh, I forgot. Muggsy Bogues. There was so many other players. I forgot. Sean Bradley. He's a bum. I don't know why he was in that movie. But whatever. Charles Barkley. What happened? They became monsters and they looked like they was the beast. They looked like they were beastie. Right? They wasn't draining threes. They were just dunking all over the court. Who does that remind you of, people? LeBron Jizzles. LeBron James. Come on. Wake up, man. Skills. Let's talk. You want to do the comparison? Alright, breakdown. Let's talk about LeBron James skillfully. Real quick. You know, I don't got enough time, so. Breakdown. LeBron James. Post up. Minimal to subpar. To matter of fact, his post up game is under average. It's not even subpar. It's minimal. His handle subpar. If not, what else? Pull up jump shot subpar. What else? His passing, I give it to him sometimes. So I give him a little bit above average passing. You know, he's getting better with time. So I'm not going to knock him with that. His IQ, subpar. his IQ, because you know why I give him the IQ subpar? Because all LeBron fans know this. All Cleveland fans and Miami fans, all y'all know this about LeBron. There's a time when LeBron goes on scoring mode, and then he goes on pass mode. Pass mode is so he can inflate his stats, because he's a stat junkie. He's a stat whore. I'm not a hater on nobody in the NBA. I dislike certain players in their games, yeah, but I don't hate nothing on the personal being themselves. Like, I have nothing towards LeBron James at all. Anyway, and what happens is when LeBron James goes on pass mode, that's when teams always come back. And then when it's time for him to go aggressive, the teams already have him on lock. So it's hard for him to get back into the game. This is why he cannot pass the Celtics in great defensive teams in the playoffs. Because instead of him taking what the defense gives, he makes up his mind as soon as he's walking up the court and say, alright, well, I'm going to just get my pass up. Because think about it, people. If you're getting your stats, it's easier to put a blame on the other team, which is why he left. Common sense. So skillfully, Kobe Bryant. Mind you, I'm not a Kobe Bryant fan at all. If anything, every Christmas when the Lakers play against LeBron's team, I'm always rooting for LeBron's team. I cannot stand Kobe Bryant, but I give credit when credit is due. So, anyway, skillfully, Kobe Bryant, post-up game, way better than LeBron. Jump shot, pull-ups, way better. Catch and shoot, way better than LeBron. Skillfully, these things are better. Stats doesn't always prove that you're better than somebody. Kevin Love is having a better season than Dirk Nowitzki. Blake Griffin is having a better season than Dirk Nowitzki. Skillfully, are they better than Dirk? Come on, people. So that was a little of my comparison and my whole thing. Kobe Bryant is the best basketball player in the NBA, hands down, skillfully. Athletically, he goes to LeBron. Because I was watching this video by Bruce Blitz. Shout out to Bruce Blitz. You know who I am. I'm the guy who posted 3 comments the night of the slam dunk contest, and you deleted all 3 of my comments because I disagreed with you, and everybody had them at the top rated. So Bruce Blitz, you know who I am now. Shout out to you. No disrespect. You're my boy. I still watch your videos every day. You had me that one week when you was doing comparisons with LeBron and why he's so great and blah, blah, blah. You had me for like that 3-4 days. You had me believing that. But then when I realized it, you were just only showing productivity. LeBron is a better producer on, statistically on the court. That doesn't always necessarily mean you're a better player. It just means that you produce more. It's like Varejao. Varejao goes out and do a lot of more things, but doesn't necessarily mean skillfully he's better than certain players at all. Joakim Noah, same players like those. It doesn't necessarily mean you're better than certain players because you produce more. Skillfully, if you have a skill set that you can always fall back and rely on, then that's why, you're considered better than producers, period. LeBron James is a great finisher, but he doesn't have a solid go-to move at all, period. So I'm not even going to talk about that. That's just one of the reasons why Miami Heat cannot finish in the clutch, because a lot of these guys aren't shooters. Chris Bosh, Dwayne Wade, and LeBron James. Fuck it, Amari Stoudemire got a better jump shot than these guys this year. All 3 of these guys this year. Statistically, everything. Amari Stoudemire hasn't been going to the lane since Raymond Felton left the Knicks. So everything he's been doing is straight face-up moves. So Amari Stoudemire, shout out to you as well. So here's a stat for you guys, and this is just updated right after this Portland game. Dwayne Wade, when he's the lead scorer for the team in each game, his win-loss ratio, or share, however you want to call it, 22 wins, 8 losses, and 1 tie with LeBron James when they both had 25 points. 22 wins, 8 losses. That means when D-Wade had the most points for those games, they won 22 times and they lost 8 times, including tonight. LeBron James, 18 wins, 11 losses, and 1 tie. So Dwayne Wade, 22 and 8. LeBron, 18 and 11. What does that tell you, people? Chris Bosh, I thought Chris Bosh did too. He's 3 and 1, 3 wins, 1 losses. What does that tell you? The team has to work around Dwayne Wade. Statistically, for all you stat fans out there that love stats, stats prove everything, right? So that's it. Simple. Dwayne Wade has to be the go-to man. Tonight you see how easy it is for everybody else to get involved, how easy the energy comes off of Dwayne Wade. LeBron does not carry that, man. This is why he's a better version of Scottie Pippen, hands down. Scottie Pippen is a better defender. I'll give him that. But LeBron is all around, and he's an upgraded version in that sense. D-Wade has to, the plays have to revolve around D-Wade. Simple. These guys cannot finish. Mike Miller, please get your ass back on the bench till your hands is healed for next year or some shit. James Jones, you're the three-point champion. Get on the court. Lakers versus Heats. Who you think gonna win? My vote is the Lakers. Kobe Bryant's gonna go nut. Bynum is back. Chris Bosh doesn't play no defense. Joel Anthony, he's a good defender. Eric Dipierre, he's okay. He's just a good body. But my guess is the Lakers. Who do you guys think gonna win? And shout out to Monte Ellis. He is so underrated. Please refer to my first video. This is your boy, Hot Sizzle. The no hype spin free zone. We don't commercialize any hype on no players. This is nothing but the truth. The truth must be heard, even though the truth hurts. I'm out.
Who would I like to see win MVP this season in the NBA? Myself. Why would I choose anybody else?